All right, Bestarc sent me another plasma cutter. This is their 11th gen. Where's it at? Right there. BTC500XP 11th gen. Blowback pilot arc. This is not a high frequency. And this is why. It's for a CNC plasma table. Or it's compatible with one, rather. So let's get this box open and get into it. I don't know if I showed you before. They come like this, the wrapper on them. This is the box. This is a totally different torch lead than the other one. So, all right, as you can see, unlike the other machine, or both the other machines, the 10th gen was set up just like this for the air. It's just a, I guess you can see that. It's just like a quick connect for an air hose, like on any air tool. The 7th gen had it was actually an external like air filter too, with a button in the bottom you could push to release the water out of it. But this one and the 10th gen don't have that. I don't know why. But anyway, I didn't show the back of the machines on the other two reviews, so I figured I'd do that with this one since this one's imported. On and off button on the back, just like most of them. Like I said, there's your air connect. Right here is a 5-pin connector for the signal control or control signal for the CNC machine. And right there is your arc voltage. The arc voltage output. It's what triggers the torch to start cutting when it's hooked to a CNC machine. So, and here is your 5-pin connector, pigtail. Comes with the machine that you plug in there, and then of course you got to wire it to your CNC machine. I guess that'll focus. Anyway, I think I got it zoomed in too far to focus. And here's your 2-pin connector. Of course, you got to wire it in just like the other one's got 2 wires. The other one's got 5. Well, actually, it's only got 4. 2 blacks and 2 reds. Why there's 5 pins and there's not 5 wires, I don't know. But you have that. That way you can hook this to your CNC machine or CNC table. That is awesome. And that is what I want to get very soon, is a CNC machine, so I can cut out signs and my logo and all that kind of stuff, right? Be cool. Comes with a ground clamp. They all do. Pretty decent one. Air hose, just in case you don't have a way to hook this machine to your air compressor. You can use this. You have to get some barbs. Also comes with, I'll show you that right now. It also comes with, you know, hose clamp, 2 hose clamps, so you can hook it to your, you know, one on each end, one for the machine, one for your air compressor. But if you have an air compressor, I'm sure you got an air hose, right? It just plugs into the back. And it comes with 2 tips. I think they're different size. I'm not sure. I have to get them out of here and see. And then your electrodes, 2 of them. Wait, 3? No, 2 of them. Of course, it's got one already in the torch, right? And here is that. Now, and one thing I forgot to mention on all the other ones, they have a swivel base, just in case you don't know that. Now, it does have the safety one. You got to, let me see. You get turned around here where I get my finger in there. You got to push that out to get your finger in there to be able to pull the trigger. And this one is made different than the other one. And the other one said what kind of torch this had, or it had, but this one don't. It just says Bestarc. I think the other one was a AG 60 or something like that, if I remember correctly, something 60. Anyway, it is made different. If you remember correctly, let me show you over here on the machine. The other one had pieces for your switch and pilot arc, and then the air hose. And I think the ground was over here on this side. This one's different. This is where the ground hooks. This is the ground from the other machine. I had it hooked to my table, so I just used it instead of opening up that one. Let me show you that. I also forgot to show you that in the other reviews. Can you see that? That's how it hooks. This got a little thing at the bottom. It goes to the bottom. And it just goes in and turns. That's all it is to it. That's how you hook that up. This one is made different. It does not have them separate pieces. You know, one of them was made, where'd that thing go? One wire was made like this, where you put it on the machine and then you just turn this to tighten it onto the machine, like this goes onto the back. I think that was the switch, or I don't remember, the switch or the pilot arc. And then the other one was just a wire with a ring on it. You put on there and put the nut back on it. This one's made different. This one comes with a cap. So I guess if you want to unhook it from the machine, you can and keep stuff from getting in it. But as you can see, this one here is made totally different from the other one. So let me get it hooked up, and then we'll get into the controls. All right, got everything hooked up. Now this just plugs in. It has a little tab that only goes on one way. The tab's at the top. You just push it in and then you tighten this. Now you don't have to go He-Man on this. It's just plastic. Just tighten it up. Okay, pretty much just like the other one, the 10th gen. This is your air and cut. Right now it's on cut. This is how you adjust the air pressure. And I forgot to mention in the other video that you pull out on this knob and then adjust it. Well, it's easier to do it like that. You see it go, the air pressure going up and down. Then when you get it to where you want it, you see how much it went up? You just push that back in. That way, if you put it on, if you need 50 and you set it to 50, when you pull the trigger, the air pressure is going to go down. So that's why it has this function. It releases air out the torch. That way it tells you what it's on 50. That way you get the right air pressure setting. Now here you got plate and mesh just like the other one. And when it's on mesh, a little mesh symbol comes up, you know, for mesh, expanded metal, whatever you want to call it. And put it back on plate. Now over here you have 2T, 4T. I've explained that before, 2T. You pull the trigger in, you do your cut, you let go of the trigger, it stops. 4T, you can pull the trigger in. Once the arc is established, I'm pretty sure you have to wait until the pilot arc is out and the regular arc is established. You can let go of the trigger and you don't have to hold the trigger doing long cuts or whatever. But to get it to stop cutting, you got to pull the trigger again and release it. That's 4T. Now, pilot arc and post flow or flow time. Let's see. Let me get this hand over here. Let's see. Where am I at over here? Oh, I guess we're here. PT. Seconds. 15 to 3 or 3 to 15, just like the other one. Pilot arc is 3 to 15, just like the other one. And then, of course, this here is your amps for the thickness of your metal. It goes from 15, of course, to 50. It's a 50 amp plasma cutter, so there you go. Now, also, if you had this right over in here, if you had this hooked to a CNC machine, it would say CNC. A light would light up and says CNC. You can't really see it, but and of course right there it says 220. It automatically recognizes what power you have it plugged into. If it was plugged into 110, it would say 110, and of course it would only go to 35 amps, I believe, on 110, not 50. So, is everybody ready? Let's go try it out. Got to switch helmets. I don't know what's going on with this helmet, but it is going dark light, dark light. All right, got the other helmet on. Let's try this again, see what happens. All right, just wanted to show you. I made a few cuts. Didn't clean anything up. See a little bit of dross here, slag. Made a few cuts off this end. And then of course I made this squiggly cut, just messing around. Got a little bit. Of course I didn't have the machine set right when I did that first cut. It was set to 50 amps. And apparently if I would have went faster, it probably would have came up with less dross. You don't need 50 amps for 16 gauge metal. It will cut up to, I think, 1/2 inch. Or I think I've even seen somebody cutting 3/4 inch with it. But I'm pretty sure it'll cut 1/2 inch. I know it'll cut 1/4 inch or maybe a little thicker because I've cut that with it. Well, not this one, but one of them other ones, and it's basically the same thing. So yeah, it's a great machine. Again, back over here to the machine. It's about the machine, not me, right? Let's see. As you can see, I got it turned down to 35 amps. Just turned the air pressure down. I think it was up to 60 or 55 or something like that. Actually, I think it was 50 if you hit the button. Like right now it says 45. It's actually 35. I did one cut at that and it cuts, but all the other cuts was set at 50 on the air pressure. And the first cut was set at 50 amps, but then after that I turned it down to 35. I was having a problem with my welding shield. That was my Matco welding shield. I tried all kinds of different sensitivity settings and shade settings, and it would keep going dark and bright, dark light, dark light. I mean, even when it went light, it really wasn't too bright because I have used these with just my glasses on, no shield. Uh, but it was just distracting, light and dark, light and dark, light and dark, whatever. So I got my other one, my Yes Welder shield. It works fine, set on shade 5. That's about what you need it set on, shade 5 for plasma cutting. That's what the Matco helmet was set on, but apparently it don't like shade 5. I don't know. Or maybe the thing wasn't bright enough for it. Now I will say that little end that's on there that's made like that you put on, and it kind of blocks your view of the arc or where you're cutting, unless you're running that down the side of another piece of metal, for a straight edge, like I've shown. It's kind of hard to stay straight or in line or on your line, on your mark of cutting it. Now I'm sure you could probably turn that some to where it's not blocking the arc, because that first cut, as you can see right there, I think that was it right here. It started out, like a 1/4 inch away from the edge, and it went that way, and it didn't fall off. So then I had to come back and cut this little piece off because I couldn't see if I was at the edge of the metal or where I was at, because that piece was blocking it. So that's something to get used to. Now, obviously, when it's on the CNC machine, hopefully I can get one of them soon. I won't have to worry about that. And I'll just leave this one, I believe, this machine hooked to the CNC, and then use the 10th gen for all the other cutting that I need. Now, the post flow, that's up to you on how long you want the air. What that means is when you get done cutting, when you let off the trigger and the arc is not cutting, air continues to flow out the torch. Now, it's not to cool your metal like with TIG welding, to cool the puddle. With TIG welding, you're supposed to hold the TIG torch there, let the argon until it stops coming out. And that's to protect the weld. This is not for that, obviously. You're not protecting the metal or anything to keep it from warping or whatever. It's to help the longevity of your consumables on the torch, on the plasma torch. It's to cool it down. Like I said in the beginning of the video, I did not pay for this. Art Captain sent me this machine. This is an awesome machine. I can't wait to use it on a CNC table if and when I get one. Hopefully I will be getting one. But even if I don't, it's an awesome machine. It's even better than the other ones, even though the other ones are awesome too. The 7th gen, the 10th gen, and this one, which those are BTC500 DP. This is XP. Those are high frequency, and this is not. This is blowback. Anyway, this is an awesome machine. Thank you very much, Bestarc, for sending me this. Just check the description of this video. I'll have a direct link to this on Amazon and a direct link to my Amazon store if you want to go there and look around and look at things. I have a lot of cool tools in there, great prices. To find this, once you go to my Amazon store, you just go on metalworking, welding, and you'll find it in there. Or if you don't want to look around, all you want to do is go directly to this, just hit where it says direct link to this machine, and it'll take you directly to it on Amazon. I appreciate it. I mean, you buy from Amazon anyway, right? Everybody does. Use the link. Even if you use my link to go to Amazon and you buy something totally different that I haven't shown, it still helps me out because you use my link to go to Amazon, and I appreciate it. It doesn't cost you a dime. It doesn't cost you anything extra, no matter if you buy this or what you buy. So there that is. But if you want to get into some plasma cutting, Bestarc has some great plasma cutters. So that's all I got for this video. Hope you like it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.